What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to today's video. I'm excited to bring you another video here today. I'm going to be going over NC State's win Saturday at Virginia, 38-21 win for the WolfPack. I'll also be previewing today's game at 3:30 Eastern against Duke. NC State back at home, looking to try to improve to 4-1 today, going off of a big win, 2 wins in a row, trying to make it 3. So let's get into this video. NC State came into this game off a win against a ranked Pitt team on the road, and Virginia came off a win against Duke. And in my prediction video that I posted last Saturday, I predicted the NC State win by 1 point, 28-27. NC State came out firing early. I know Devin Leary threw that deep ball to Porter Rooks, like it should have been a touchdown early in the game. They called it back. It did not matter. NC State came down the field anyway and scored a touchdown. Devin Leary throwing the touchdown pass to get NC State on the board to Trent Penix. Now about Porter Rooks, a true freshman receiver, a guy who, after last year with a lot of playmaking lacking on the wide receiver position, he's coming in and had a great game. He's just showing off that talent level, just pure raw talent as a true freshman. He'll continue to get better, and he's going to be a big-time factor for NC State in the next 3 or 4 years. So I'm glad to have him showing out and playing great football. NC State played really, really well in the first half. They were establishing the run as I wanted them to do. I talked about it in my pregame video last week. I wanted them to get to the run game. Bam Knight had over 100 yards rushing. He also had 2 touchdowns. And I didn't expect Devin Leary to have as good of a game as he did against Pitt. He went in this game. He finished 11 for 25 with 184 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have 1 interception. I mean, probably the weather played a little bit of a factor into a slow day for him. But look at that catch by Porter Rooks, just making great plays, great hands for just a true freshman receiver. He's going to be outstanding. And there's that Bam Knight touchdown run at the end of the first half. State led at the half, 24-7. And there was the second half, we seen Virginia, they had a quarterback change. Late in the second quarter, their starting quarterback, Brendan Armstrong, went out with an injury, and they brought in the backup quarterback, Lindell Stone. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a quarterback wearing the number 36 before, but he didn't play too bad at all. I mean, with the rain and the weather, they threw 54 pass attempts. Virginia was heavy pass in the second half. He had a few passes that probably should have been picked, and I know we'll see one that was picked here in a little bit. A huge play by Lee McNeil. We'll see that here in a second. 3 touchdown passes. I do feel like State's secondary kind of let off the brake in the second half. In the first half, State had 2 freshmen record interceptions. Joshua Pierre-Louis had 1 as well at Shaheem Battle. I know Coach Thorne loved that, going on the road and winning the turnover battle, having 3 interceptions, including a freshman getting involved on defense, and especially at a position that State has struggled at. And there's the only mistake, big mistake, that Leary made it through an interception in the end zone. But other than that, he was really solid. And there's a fake punt that Virginia executed. State really wasn't ready for that, but luckily that it didn't come back to bite them too bad. State was able to pull away with a 17-point win, a lot bigger than I expected. I'm very happy State improves to 3-1, a great start to the season, and a very favorable schedule to come up in the next few weeks. We have Duke, of course, today at 3:30 Eastern. A very, very winnable game. Duke is a team that has struggled all year long. State, I feel like, should not have any problems with Duke. I'll get to my prediction in a little bit. And then next will be a top 5 team. Can you believe it? Top 5 North Carolina will play the Tar Heels in a couple weeks. A very winnable game, I believe. Carolina, obviously undefeated and ranked in the top 5. Whether you think they deserve it or not, they're undefeated. They've won all their games in front of them. And they'll likely be undefeated when we play them. And maybe it'll be a top 25 matchup. Who knows? And there's big boy Lee McNeil, tipped and picked, and he takes it to the house. Big man touchdown for the Pack, and that really sealed the game right there. How about Lee McNeil, one of the best defensive linemen in the country? He's improving his draft stock week by week. He may even end up being like a second-round pick if he goes out this year. Who knows? And I believe Lee McNeil's pick 6 was a top 10 play on SportsCenter. I guess Saturday night it was, and it was just a great play. It ultimately sealed State's win. And it's anytime you get a big man touchdown, everybody loves it. It's one of the top plays in college football every week. You see a big man scoring a touchdown. And then Lee McNeil, 6'2", 300-something pound defensive lineman, making a play like that, ultimately sealed that win for State. But now our focus shifts over to today's game at 3:30. NC State back at home, back at Carter Finley, taking on Duke, and Duke 1-4 on the season. And the last time we played Duke was 2013, and we lost that game in Durham 38-20. NC State will be looking to beat Duke for the first time since 2008. So 12 years since NC State has knocked off the Blue Devils in football. And it's one of those teams we don't, they're in the Coastal Division, so we don't get to play them every year, which is, I don't know. You have heard me talk about these divisions, how much I don't like them. It's just having NC State play a team like Syracuse up in New York every year in the Atlantic Division, but we can't go down the road and play Duke every year. We have to wait 7+ years before we can play Duke again, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, I hope NC State comes in prepared. If they do what they're supposed to do, if they take care of what they're supposed to take care of, I don't see any way they don't win this football game. Duke is a team that has struggled. They have a new quarterback, Chase Bryce, the previous backup at Clemson. He struggled this year, 5 touchdowns to 8 interceptions on the season. It's just been a real struggle for Duke. The talent level just hasn't been there for the Blue Devils. State definitely exceeds talent level. The bright spot I see on Duke's offense is their 2 running backs. Deion Jackson, who was their main back, has 412 yards through the first 5 games of the season and 2 touchdowns. And they have Mateo Durant averaging nearly 7 yards per carry. He has 3 touchdowns. So Chase Bryce, who was a solid quarterback, will have he has a really good run game between 2 solid running backs. So State will have to contain the run, but also not let Chase Bryce get hot throwing the football. And surprisingly, despite being 1-4, their defense is actually giving up less points per game than State's defense. State's defense gives up 34.3 points per game so far through 4 games, and Duke's defense giving up 30.6 points per game. Still, that's 30 over 30 points is a lot to give up. And State should not have any problem scoring the ball. They should probably go with the run game again, to establish that Bam Knight run game as well as Ricky Person, and then let Devin Leary take his shots when they are available, and look for Porter Brooks, Devin Carter, C.J. Riley, even Kerry Angeline, who's been outstanding the past couple games. So we'll see how they attack it. I know Tim Beck, who's been absolutely outstanding through the first 4 games compared to what we've seen over the last couple of years. I'm really impressed with Tim Beck so far, and he's used Leary in a great way, and I think that'll continue to be a successful combination, Beck and Leary. So we'll see what happens. Now I'll get to my prediction. As I said earlier, I think State will be able to come out with a win in this game, and something's telling me I may be underestimating Duke's offense in this prediction, but we'll see what happens. I feel pretty good about it, so I'm going to go with a 31-17 NC State win. The Pack should win handily. It may be close in the first half or so, but I think State will pull away. Kind of the opposite of this past game. State built up a big lead, and then they kind of let Virginia back into it just a little bit. But I think it starts close early. State pulls away the second half. Leary throws for 2 touchdowns. Bam rushes for a couple. So that is my prediction. State a 31-17 win, and they can improve to 4-1 on the season. And they will be going into that North Carolina game, potentially the top 25 matchup in Chapel Hill. So we'll see. Hopefully State gets that win. That's my prediction. Make sure you tune in at 3:30, State versus Duke, a rivalry game despite not playing for the first time in 7 years. Hopefully State gets the win. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you join the WolfPack Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. And everybody, thank you for watching. As always, go Pack.